So peeps, Earl here, and today's content will be having a recap of smartphones that were released in the Philippines during the second quarter of 2025 under the price range of 10,000 pesos. These smartphones are from the brands Infinix, Tecno, Vivo, Oppo, and Huawei. Let's see which one is for you. Cue in that intro. The first thing on our list is the Infinix Note 50. For the price of 8,999 pesos for the 8GB plus 256GB variant, you can have it in the colorways of Tit Gray, Shadow Black, Mountain Shade, and Ruby Red. The Infinix Note 50 features a 6.78-inch AMOLED display with support for 144Hz refresh rate. Aside from sporting a large display, the phone also has an IP64 rating, under-display fingerprint sensor, and JBL tuning speakers. Fueling this smartphone is a 5,200 mAh battery pack with support for 45 watts wired charging. It also features a 30 watts wireless charging. For cameras, it sports a dual rear setup consisting of a 50-megapixel main and a 2-megapixel macro lens. As per selfie, it has a 13-megapixel lens. The Infinix Note 50 is available on their official stores on Shopee, Lazada, TikTok, and via their official website. Following the Infinix smartphone is the Tecno C40. The Tecno C40 is sporting a massive 6.78-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED display with 120Hz refresh rate support. Running on the heart of the C40 is a MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate chip. This is paired with an 8GB of RAM and 256GB of internal storage. It's also expandable via micro SD card of up to 1TB. The Tecno C40 runs on the latest Android 15 with iOS 15 skin on top. Camera-wise, the Tecno C40 carries a 50-megapixel main camera and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. At the front, it sports a 32-megapixel selfie lens. As for the power supply, the unit packs a 5,200 mAh battery with support for 45 watts fast charging. The phone is rated IP66 for water and dust resistance with SGS 5-star certification for drop. The Tecno C40 is available in Tecno physical stores and their official stores on Shopee and Lazada for 9,999 pesos. Now, we also have an offering from the brand Vivo. Meet the Vivo Y29. The Vivo Y29 is one of the brand's budget-friendly smartphone products. For a starting price of 8,999 pesos for the 8GB plus 128GB variant, you get a massive 6,500 mAh battery pack with 45 watts charging support. This is the first on our list to have a huge power supply. The phone features a 6.68-inch HD Plus display supported by a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. And at the front, you can also see the 8-megapixel lens housed in a punch-hole design. There's a 50-megapixel lens and a 2-megapixel depth sensor that you can enjoy taking photos and videos. It's capable of shooting up to 1080p video resolution. Chipset-wise, the Vivo Y29 has a Qualcomm Snapdragon 685 processor paired with 8GB of RAM and either 128GB or 256GB of storage. As for its software, it's skinned with FunTouch OS 15 based on Android 15. The Vivo Y29 has an IP64 rating, resistant to splashes and dust. It also has a military-grade shock resistance. It's available in Espresso brown and Marble White colorway. And if you're up for a bigger storage and have some extra cash, the Vivo Y29 offers the 8GB plus 256GB variant for 10,999 pesos. You can check it out on Lazada and Shopee via Vivo's official stores. We have two smartphones that you can purchase under 10K from Oppo. The Oppo phones that we have on this listicle are the Oppo A5X and Oppo A5i Pro. The Oppo A5X retails for 7,999 pesos for the 4GB plus 128GB variant. This boasts its durable build covering both IP65 rating for water and dust resistance and military-grade rating for drop. Aside from highlighting its build, the display sports a 6.67-inch HD Plus LCD panel with 90Hz refresh rate support. It can also peak brightness of up to 1000 nits. Under the hood, it is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 6S Gen 1 chipset paired with 4GB of RAM and either 64GB or 128GB of storage. It runs Android 15 with ColorOS 15 skinned on top. The Oppo A5X packs a huge 6,000 mAh battery with 45 watt SuperBoost charging support. For cameras, it carries a 32-megapixel rear lens and a 5-megapixel selfie lens, capable of shooting up to 1080p at 30 frames per second resolution. The Oppo A5X is available in midnight blue and laser white variants. And now, let's take a look at the Oppo A5i Pro. Some of you may find it identical to the Oppo A5X model, but to be clear, they have differences on paper. The Oppo A5i Pro features a 6.67-inch HD Plus display with 1000 nits maximum brightness and has a refresh rate support of 90Hz. If we're to talk about the cameras, the rear carries a 50-megapixel main lens and a 5-megapixel selfie shooter. Chipset-wise, a Qualcomm Snapdragon 6S Gen 1 processor also is on the heart of the unit, and it is paired with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. It runs on Android 15 with ColorOS 15. As for the battery, the Oppo A5 Y29i Pro has a huge 6000 mAh battery pack supply with 45 watts of Superbook fast charging. This comes only in Midnight Purple colorway. These Oppo units are available on its official stores in Shopee and Lazada. The next smartphone here on our list is the Huawei Nova Y73. This is Huawei's budget-friendly smartphone but one of the expensive ones in my list, priced at 9,999 pesos. This features a 6.67-inch HD Plus IPS LCD display with a peak brightness of 1000 nits and a 90Hz refresh rate. For its price, it has the Kirin 710A chip paired with 8GB of RAM and 256GB of memory. And it's also expandable up to 1TB via microSD. The phone actually runs the EMUI 12 software. The Huawei Nova Y73 sports a 50MP main lens and an 8MP selfie lens. The power supply is a 6620 mAh battery pack, one of the largest in this category with 40 watts fast charging capacity. Another notable feature included in this smartphone is it's rated at IP64, making it resistant to splashes and dust. The Huawei Nova Y73 is available in two colorways, black and blue. You can check it out in any Huawei physical stores and official website. The said smartphone is also available in Shopee and Lazada at Huawei's official store. And finally, our last but definitely not the least is the Tecno Pova 7, a gaming phone offering at an affordable price. This sports a unique design than any smartphone in this segment. It possesses a so-called interstellar spaceship design with a triangular camera island carrying a dual rear setup, a 108MP main lens, and a 2MP macro lens. As for its display panel, it features a 6.78-inch Full HD Plus vivid display with a smooth 120Hz refresh rate. At the front, it houses an 8MP front camera in a punch-hole design. The Tecno Pova 7 is powered by MediaTek Helio G100 Ultimate processor paired with 8GB of RAM and either 128GB or 256GB memory, and it's also expandable via microSD. The phone runs on the latest Android 15 with iOS 15 skin packed with AI features. Battery-wise, this is the largest among all the devices we have featured here, as it is packed with a 7000 mAh battery unit with 45 watts fast charging support. The Tecno Pova 7 is in 3 available colors, the Geek Black, Magic Silver, and Hyper Titanium. If you're interested in the unit, it sells at the starting price of 6,999 pesos for the 8GB plus 128GB variant. You can also opt to purchase a higher storage version of 256GB for only 7,999 pesos. This is available in their physical stores and official stores on Shopee, Lazada, and their website. And that's our list of smartphones under 10,000 pesos released in the second quarter of 2025. Which one do you think is yours? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you find this video informative and helpful, be sure to click that like button and subscribe to YouTube channel and hit that bell icon to get notified of our future uploads. Don't forget to follow us on our socials, that's Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, or X, and visit yogatech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this has been Earl, and see you guys in the next one. Bye!